What is up, you guys? You guys are watching Sergio's Secret. Before I get started with today's beautiful video, all the links for everything that I'm going to be talking about in today's video will be linked down below. In this case, since we are talking about designer totes, I'll be leaving the pre-loved version, which is through Fashionphile, my favorite pre-loved website where I get all of my pre-loved designer goodies, and the link for the full price retailer. So if you guys want to compare maybe if it's better to buy it brand new or pre-loved, or you just kind of want to look around, I always provide those links for you guys. I do have a Farfetch code, I believe, for 10% off. If I do leave it linked from the Farfetch website, 9 times out of 10 you can use that code, maybe to save a little bit of money, especially if it's over $1,000. You can definitely save, if it's over $1,000, you're at least saving $100. So I didn't want to go ahead and say that. Definitely let me know what type of other videos you want to see. I will be doing a contemporary version of this one, so stay tuned for that. And today's video, guys, is going to be the best and the worst designer totes out in the market. So I will say, other than crossbodies, what is another option that people love in handbags or that are the most popular? Yes, we have satchels, we have more kind of backpacks, we have fanny packs, but I will say totes and crossbodies are usually what people buy in handbags, especially if you are kind of beginning your luxury collection or for your lifestyle. So usually mommies, people on the go, bags for the weekends, you're gonna reach for a crossbody, work bag, a travel bag, you know, you carry a lot, mommies, you're gonna want a little bit more of a tote. So I will also be doing a crossbody one, but today we're gonna be talking about the best and the worst designer totes that are out on the market. Also, another disclaimer, if you have any totes and if I didn't speak it highly, you rock the tote, you love the tote, and you spent money on it, but I'm just giving you my honest and thoughts and my opinions. You guys always know I keep it real in este canal. I don't sugarcoat anything. So without further ado, Sergio, you're talking way too much. Let's go ahead and get started. The first tote, guys, is going to be the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull currently in the US retails for $2,030 in the MM size. And in all these recommendations that I'm giving you guys, I'm kind of talking about a medium-sized tote. I'm not talking about super larger ones or super smaller ones, usually kind of like that perfect in-between tote. Guys, did you hear me? The Louis Vuitton Neverfull now retails for over $2,000. Who remembers the good OG YouTube days when people would unbox it in their beautiful brown shopping bag, and they would unbox, you know, their Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and they would show the receipt or tell you the price? But who remembers that $980? Who remembers? Because I know a lot of you guys do, because I remember. I've been loving YouTube for like such a long time. So the Neverfull has definitely come a long way, baby. It definitely has tripled. She has increased her value. So I mean, I'm not mad at her, because last time I checked, people still checking out for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I just don't care for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, in my opinion. I think there are other better alternatives, slash Gucci and other brands I've been mentioning in this list. I think it's a little bit too common. I don't like that the pouch that comes inside is you're restricted through just a wristlet. I wish that you could carry it as a pochette, but if you carry it as a pochette, I feel like Louis Vuitton wouldn't sell as much pochettes in other categories. So the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, it is a little bit more on the basic side. People do tend to get it as their first work bag, their first mommy bag, their first designer bag. I would say there's better alternatives out there. I wouldn't recommend the Louis Vuitton because there's so much other beautiful bags that I feel like a lot of you guys will love and enjoy. And I think $2,000 for canvas, I will say it is a little bit too expensive for what it is. Plastic bag, if you do go for it and if you do reach for it, this is definitely something you can have in your closet today, 2022. And in 2029, you can definitely pull out, and it'll probably be like $3,500 when we're in 2029. Hopefully we're all alive and healthy. It's a goodie, it's a classic, it will never go out of style. If you do want it, you want to reach for it, I would definitely go for it. Just for me, it's a little bit too played out. The next one, guys, is going to be one that I do recommend, and it's going to be the MCM List Tote. Now let me hear me out, because last time a lot of you guys chewed me out. Let me tell you why the Louis Vuitton Neverfull is lesser than the MCM Tote, because a lot of you guys came for my neck last time. The MCM tote for me is the best alternative to the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Not only is it almost 3 times less the price, this one comes in at $695. This tote is reversible. This tote is, if you feel the coatedness of the MCM, I believe it's coated 3 times versus the Louis Vuitton is coated 1 time. The coated canvas on the MCM tote is a lot more sturdier. It's a lot more rigid. You can put, you know, in the Neverfull, usually if you put something inside, it already sags. The MCM, I find that it's more reinforced in the bottom. So for me, that's why I prefer it. Not only is the canvas a lot more thicker, I find that the base is a lot more better. You don't need a base shaper compared to the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. It's 1/3 of the price. and it comes with a pouch that you actually can make into a pochette. So the pouch right here, you can click it, you can make it into a wristlet, and you can make it to the pochette, and it's a lot more larger. And I find that the MCM Liz tote, for me overall, just feels a lot more better quality. I find that the bag is a lot more well made. I think that the price point is really well. A lot of people don't even have the MCM tote as much as the Neverfull. I have nothing bad to say about MCM. I feel like MCM kind of comes in waves. I feel like they have sometimes have really good, you know, handbag seasons. Sometimes they don't. It just kind of a miss or hit. Somebody that used to work luxury retail. One thing I will always say, the MCM Liz tote was always MCM's best, and people loved it. And this was a bag that never really got returned. When people bought this tote, they were pretty satisfied with it. So if you are looking for a great alternative to Louis Vuitton Neverfull, I think that the MCM tote is a phenomenal one, a really great price, and I think it has everything that you're looking for, and it's about the same size as the MM size. I've had a Neverfull and I've had an MCM before in the past, and I will say to have the MCM Liz tote is, if you ask me. Another one that a lot of people like to compare is within Louis Vuitton and Gucci, and this is going to be one that I will recommend. It's called the Gucci Ophelia GG medium tote, and this one comes in at $13.90. So this is about 600 and some change less than the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I will say this one does not come with a pouch, but I feel like this one looks a lot more luxe feeling. I've always preferred Gucci monogram always versus Louis Vuitton. Monogram, the positioning and the colorway, I find that it goes a little bit more with clothing, and also with this tote, I just love kind of like that suede kind of pinky lining in it. It feels very nice to the touch. It's very easy to clean too, because I've had Gucci Marmont bags in that line, and I would usually get like a drop of Dawn soap, and I would kind of use a little toothbrush, and for the most part everything would come out. OxyClean baby, and then that baby will come out right off. The elements of detail, I like the leather trim, I love the canvas, I like the positioning, I love the GG metal, that it's not super big, it's not super gaudy, it is perfect. Louis, which is a brand that people like to compare a lot, that the Gucci Ophelia tote is definitely a lot better bang for your buck. And this is also a bag that I see not a lot of people have as well. So if you do want something that's recognizable, something that will be in Gucci's line for the next few years, because I believe this Ophelia tote has been doing well for them, and that's a great price point, but it's not as common as a Neverfull. I highly recommend checking out the Gucci Ophelia tote. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's really nice, and you know, you get that monogram, but it's not ill. Next one, which I'm not gonna recommend, and this is a brand that I actually really like a lot, Goyard St. Louis tote. Now the prices is not available online. Some of the prices that I did find online, not the current prices, you're just gonna say this tote's about $1,500 in the black one. If anybody knows the current US retail price of the St. Louis tote from Goyard, definitely type it down below, because we would all want to know. And if somebody comments it, I'll definitely make sure to change the description box into that price. But what I will say is the reason why I don't think that this is a great tote is just because I feel like the quality is not there. If you watch many YouTube reviews, the quality is just not there. The handles stick together if you're out on the heat. The canvas just gets so much wear very easily. This bag has no shape. I find that this bag has not a lot of shape. I feel like this bag has less structure than the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and I just feel like it's not a bag that wears nice. It's a cute bag. Like, I would love to wear this as a pull bag, or right now for a spring. It's a bag that I kind of want to add eventually, just because I am a handbag lover. Actually, I just know that that's not a bag that I can wear every day. That's not a bag that I can get a lot of wear on. It's just not a great handbag choice of purchase. And for me, the purpose of me making this video to begin with is just to make sure you guys know some loves designer handbags, just guiding you what I think is worth it and what not think is worth it. I think that the St. Louis tote, I think that there are better alternatives for that price point, and because I find that the price point doesn't necessarily match the quality. They can repair the item, they can take care of the items, but it's just, why have to if it shouldn't be having problems to begin with? And like I said, look up other YouTube reviews and ask people's opinions on them. A lot of people go hard for it, but in reality, the people say that it goes hard for them. If you really look at between their eyes, you could tell that the bag is not well made. I think that there's other alternatives out there. Another one that I'm gonna recommend, which is a handbag that I posted on TikTok. I'm about to hit 10,000 followers on TikTok, so go ahead and follow me on there. It got over 150,000 views. The Christian Louboutin cabata tote, and I would love to sell this handbag. I would love to sell this handbag when I worked at Nordstrom. I remember one Christmas we got 50 of them, and we sold all 50 of them within a few days of Christmas. This one comes in at $13.50. What I love about this bag is the beautiful bottom. Like, look at the bottom. It has the kind of iconic Christian Louboutin sneaker, you know, at the bottom. And usually a lot of people look over, you know, jewelry brands and footwear brands that make handbags, kind of like Jimmy Choo, Cartier, Christian Louboutin, Bulgari. You know, people tend to focus for more what they're known for than branching off into other items. I'm here to say Christian Louboutin was one of our top vendors at our store at the Nordstrom that I worked at. And I will say Christian Louboutin has definitely successfully entered the handbag market because people would pay full price for it and people would love and enjoy them. And they were actually really great quality. The reason why I love it is not only because of the beautiful red sole, it also has a pouch on the inside, and then the inside is lined with this beautiful red. So whenever you see this tote, let's say you're out at night, or you know, you're at Target, girl, you need to find your keys, and you see that bright red, you're gonna be like, oh my god, my eyes are burning. Not really, but you're gonna be like, oh my god, girl. You know, the bright red out in the sun, you got a little bit of a sunlight peeking through, a little sunlight moment, or at night, you kind of see the red in the parking lot. And so I like that that has a bright red. You can have a black wallet, because you know sometimes your black wallet be like swimming around your toe, especially if you have if you have a black wallet and the lining of the toe is black, girl, being in there like you're trying to find Nemo basically. But the Christian Louboutin, you do not have to worry about it. It is lined with leather as well. So not only is it not lined in fact, it's lined in leather. So this is very easy, because this leather, I've seen people use wipes. You can literally wipe this bag down and it's easy. You get a little bit of a stain, a little bit of a thing. It's a lot more easier to clean and a lot more easier to maintain. This one does have a clasp. It does have a pouch on it. It's a little bit more of a smaller pouch, but I think for $13.50. And then this one, you also don't need a base shaper. This one already has instruction. Girl, put the little MacBook in there, put the little gay agenda. Girl, put a whole dictionary in there, and this bag is not gonna sag, I promise. And everybody that I've always recommended this, and every bag that I've sold, I think 9 times out of 10, this bag never gets returned. When I would sell them, people would always love them, people would always enjoy them. And I think that this is a really great, beautiful handbag for every day, even though you may not have Christian Louboutin shoes, or you may not wear them with Christian Louboutin shoes. I think that this is a great tote. I think this is a phenomenal tote, and I think that the Louboutin handbag, you know, I may not be the biggest Louboutin fan. I feel like Christian Louboutin handbags always get kind of looked past by, like people see them, oh, you know, it's nice, but you know, they kind of keep it pushing. You know, next time you're at a department store or a Christian Louboutin boutique, take a look at the bags. The Paloma, the Cabata, all the beautiful clutches. They're actually pretty well made bags, just like the beautiful shoes. So Christian Louboutin cabata tote, you're one that I love, and this is gonna be a yes on Sergio Secret's list. Which is gonna be a dud. It's gonna be the Saint Laurent Everyday Tote. Now this one retails for $1,090 US. This is one of the most returned totes when I worked at Nordstrom. This was the most returned designer item in general. First of all, this handbag kind of has like a suede, or kind of like a suede type lining, microfiber lining on it. And this would be like literally, amigas, like I would go inside of here, girl, and it had this lining. If I run through my fingers, it will literally leave marks. You cannot take those marks off. The leather is so thin, and the bag would be so flimsy. When you first buy it, you may be like, you know what, maybe it is a little thin, maybe a little flimsy. No, as you wear this bag, just the amount of wear this bag would get in such a short amount of period of time is just not worth it. Like, if you feel the bag, if any of you have had or felt this bag, leave it down below, because I know I'm not the only one that's talking about this. I feel like this one is just not worth the money. I think that for $1,090, there's other alternatives. It does come with the pouch on the inside. It is Saint Laurent. You guys know I love Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent is my favorite and the most of designer items that I have in my collection, but I will still call a handbag brand out if I just feel like it's just not worth it. I just feel like the Saint Laurent tote, the classic one, I think it's better. There's way better alternatives. The line is gonna scratch up, especially with books, laptops, and all that stuff. It's gonna leave lining. It's gonna drive me crazy. The leather is just a little bit too flimsy. I feel like for the price point, it should at least have a little bit more sturdy. This bag sags a lot. It's beautiful and ideal, like maybe if you use it once in the entire lifetime of the bag. But even if you go on pre-loved websites and you see the conditioning of this bag, it's just not a good bag. I just do not recommend it. So the Saint Laurent tote, honey, guys, I feel like there's better options out in the market, better fish out there. This one is definitely just not it. This one is going to be the infamous Chloe Woody tote, coming in at $1,050. Now comes in leather variations, and surely, like, every season I see them come out in so much more other variations, which actually makes me very, very happy, because that means that this tote is very successful. We're seeing other than Chloe Marcy's be successful out in the Chloe handbag market. So the Woody tote, I will say it has definitely grown a lot on me. Initially I was not a big fan of it. Keep getting it pushed on me, or if I'm starting to kind of feel the summery vibe and I kind of want another linen-y bag in my collection, or fabric bag. This one definitely has grown a lot more within kind of my realm. This one, like I said, fabric, we're just gonna name that one in the medium size about it. And I will say this is a great alternative versus the Dior book tote, which I'll get on to next. Or maybe even the Saint Laurent tote. The reason why I didn't mention this one is because I want to talk about the other Saint Laurent tote, because I always get asked about that one more than this one. If you do want a nice fabric tote, I would say that that's a really great alternative. And I will say that the Woody tote definitely gives me year-round vibes. I find that this one gives me summery vibes. I will say that the Woody tote does give me year-round vibes. I've seen people wear it within the fall and the winter with chunky sweaters with a longer coat, and I've seen people wear this in the spring and the summer. I find that this fabric bag definitely does go kind of year-round. Maybe even here because I live in Texas, maybe that's why. But the Woody tote, I do like it. I probably will not purchase it for myself just because it doesn't match my aesthetic. But I will say the bag has been growing. This is a bag that we're going to be seeing come in a lot more variations, because every season Chloe Miss Thing is not Miss Thing is smart. She knows when something's selling. Let's make it in all colors and all variations and everything. So you'll be seeing the Woody tote for the next few years as well, probably 3 years going strong. So if you do want a nice fabric tote, or maybe their leather variations. Next one is going to be the Louis Vuitton On The Go in monogram canvas, and this one is $32.50. If you are still have your heart and desired for a Louis Vuitton bag, even though I mentioned a lot of great other alternatives, I will say I will not knock down the Louis Vuitton On The Go bag. I would say it's a really nice bag. I like that it has the top handles. I like that it has the longer straps. And I find that this is a better alternative. It's neverfull. I know it's well over $1,000 more. I like this one a little bit more. So if you are wanting that Louis Vuitton monogram, if you are a Louis girl and you really want a Louis Vuitton bag, I think the On The Go one is a great alternative to the neverfull, but not something that I will purchase myself. But I did want to mention that I think it's really nice, and every time I see it, I've seen this bag worn casually in a professional setting, and I will say every single person, man or woman, that I see wear the On The Go tote, I think they pull it really well. I think it looks really nice, it looks classy, it looks respectable. So I must say the On The Go, not for me, not a Louis girl, but I will say every time I see this bag, it looks pretty damn good on the person that's carrying it. Go tote, andale, On The Go, yes. Next one is going to be the Dior book tote, and the medium size currently retails for $33.50. Say no, I don't think a fabric tote is worth $33.50. I have the money. I've had this tote. I bought this tote when it was $2,700, like 3 years ago. So this bag has definitely went up $650 since initial purchase. And I think Dior has definitely gone a little bit too out for my price point. And I think if you're gonna do the Dior book tote, it has no other straps and no pockets on the inside. I would much rather do the Louis Vuitton On The Go. Or girl Miss Thing, you can get a Christian Louboutin tote, and you can get, let's say, the Gucci tote, and you'll still have a little bit change left over. You know what I mean? You can get those two, and you can have a little bit more money left over. So definitely, I think that there's better options than Dior book tote. I feel like it's kind of been there, done that. I find that as popular as it once was, and I can definitely, and it especially reflects it in the pre-loved market. And I can see this bag kind of dying down in popularity. But I think it's a really nice bag. I did enjoy loving the bag when I had it. I think now I would definitely not pay no $33.50 for it. I'm like I said, I would, in my book, I would much rather have a Christian Louboutin cabata tote and a Gucci Ophelia tote, and have two beautiful totes that's not fabric, that if something happens with a girl, get a little wiping, clean it off. I would much rather do that. So if you ask me. The last tote that I'm gonna recommend is the Bottega Veneta Aqua tote. So this is a tote that I actually have. It is right here. It is beautiful. This one is in the medium size. This one retails for $25.50. and obviously mine's white, so it is a little dirty. It does need a little bit of a clean. But one thing I will say that I do like about the bag is that it is no branding, so it is for more of that kind of coated, more of that discreet kind of look for it. This one comes in a ton of colors, ton of variations. It is leather lined in and out. It does come with a pouch that is a quite generous size, and you can detach it. You know, with some pouches you cannot detach. I carry it as a wristlet. Am I, honestly to God, am I gonna carry this as a wristlet? Hell no, I'm probably not, if I'm being honest, guys. But it does have a beautiful D-ring where you can attach it, so it's always there. The only thing about this bag, if you do carry a little bit smaller things, kind of be careful because things can kind of fall through the cracks, as you can see. Like I'm putting my fingers through here, so you do have to be a little bit careful about the smaller things, or like a little pin or something falling off. But other than that, I think that this bag is really well made. I think it's really different. I've carried this with my laptop. I've carried this in many styles and many variations, and I love this tote so much. I always get so many compliments when I carry my Bottega Veneta Aqua tote. I think it's super, super pretty and super, super gorgeous. Those are going to be my top 10 best and worst designer totes that are out on the market. I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below. What do you guys think? Do you think I was right in my opinions? Do you think I was wrong? I would definitely love to hear it and keep the conversation down below. I know I could have put the Fendi Sunshine tote, Givenchy Antigona. I could have put so many other totes. So if there's other great designer tote recommendations, leave them linked down below because all of us wants to know. Let's keep the discussion down below. Like I said, definitely stay tuned for the contemporary version, which will come out next week. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you. All the links for everything will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys, and thank you so much for watching. You are appreciated.